Good afternoon from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Monday, January the 25th market update. On the economic front, existing home sales were down 16.7%, but prices do seem to be firming. The results didn't seem to have that much impact on the market. So on deck for tomorrow, we have the monthly S&P Case-Shiller data and the monthly consumer confidence number. The GM announced today that the interim CEO, Edward Wicker Jr., will be given the CEO job on a permanent basis. Earnings, there's way too many earnings to cover. There's so many earnings this week. It's the busiest week in earnings, but AK Steel, Apple, VMware, and Texas Instruments all beat earnings estimates today. The dollar was down slightly. Gold, silver, copper, oil were all up. Looking at the UUP, dollar ETF, kind of low volume right here in the last couple of days, but we have pulled back from this resistance level around this $23.20 level. So we'll continue to monitor that. Light sweet crude futures were up 72 cents today to settle at $75.26 a barrel. Let's take a look at the Dow. There we go. Dow closed up 23 points to 10,196. S&P closed up 5 points to 1,096. The Nasdaq closed up 5 points to 2,210, and the Russell closed up almost 1 point to 618. The S&P had the largest percent gain, up 0.46%. The Russell was the weakest, up only 0.16%. So we take a look at the Dow. We haven't taken out the Friday low here of the Dow was what, 10,157. So it is, we are holding the low there, so we'll continue to monitor that. The market today just kind of, it was kind of wishy-washy all day long. It was up, then kind of pulled back, then consolidated for a few hours, and kind of pulled back a little bit into the close, but not too bad. S&P looks very similar to the Dow. Still holding Friday's lows. We'll continue to watch that. The low last Friday was 1,090, which put us at about 5% pullback from this 1,150 was 1,092.50. So we have pulled back 5% on the S&P 500. So I don't know if we're going to have, that's going to be it, or if we're going to have a 10% correction, or who knows. So we'll have to take it day by day as various earnings come out, and see if Bernanke gets reconfirmed, which is looking like he probably is going to, at least for now. And volume was pretty high today, and there was definitely a little bit of dip buying going on today. So that's a positive. See, let's look at Goldman Sachs, a financial here. They did some buy and then it pulled back. Let's look at Bank of America. Bank of America, it was up a little bit, but looks like it's more going sideways than anything else after it broke down out of kind of a triangle type pattern. Let's go over and look at the McClellan. We've been watching this. So it has, of course it gained a little bit of strength today on the market, but we're still down, minus 64, so we're still oversold. Typically, as you can tell right in this area here, this is where we've been oversold and bounced before, so we'll continue to monitor that. Let's go over and take a look at the VIX. VIX was down almost 7% today, and it's pretty high here on the MACD. Let's go here and look at the point and figure on the VIX and see what it looks like. So we did have a 3-box reversal today on the VIX, and so we're pulled back down here to a low of $24.61 today. So volatility came out a little bit in the market. Let's go look at the sectors. 11 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green today. Oil service index was up the most at 1.46%. The internet index was the weakest, down 1.44%. And here's the chart. This is how the 16 sectors kind of played out today. Let's go to Chart Watch. Most of the charts I'm watching are really the ones from the watch list. I mean, there's still there wasn't much movement today, so a lot of the charts are still kind of messy looking from the sell-off last week. I did notice Amgen, they were actually reported today, so let's keep an eye on them. They actually have a symmetrical triangle here working. So watch for a breakdown here below, say, 55, or a breakout above, about 57.70 or so. So watch Amgen. I like Fleur Systems here. It has support around that $30.50 area. Dip buying did come in today, so they were buying the dip on FLIR. I like Navios Maritime. The bulk dry index looks like it's trying to turn back up again, so keep this one on your radar. NM, Belo Corp, another one on the watch list. Had lots of volume coming in. Went a little bit higher today, so watch that one. Still kind of like McDonald's here. It actually pulled back a little bit. Let's get to a 6 month here. It kind of went sideways today, but just watch for it, see if it can break out over this 64 area. So still keep it on your radar. IBN, this bank symmetrical triangle, they did come in and buy it off that uptrend line. EOGX. The chart loads, we will look at it. Indologic, another one they bought off this trend line here. It's got a big long-term support line here, uptrend line. Definitely some buying coming into it today. Medical equipment and supply stock. Still like this AIZ Assurant. It's been in this 3-point channel. It's had a lot of volume. Market cooperated, probably wants to go higher. I like MTL. Charts are slow this evening. I like it. It's if it can hold this around this $22 area or so. Just it's had a lot of volume on the sell-off, but it's been a pretty strong stock before that. Joanne Stores, JAS, just bounced off that 35 support with a lot of volume, so there's definitely some interest there. F Fuel Systems, still like it. It needs to hold. I like for it to hold this this gap here at the low of this candle here, which the low was $38.47. City Trends, nice ascending type triangle. Tons of volume in today. Tons of volume came in today and broke out a little bit higher. Huntington Bank shares, another one broke out above resistance. Had a lot of volume coming in. RRC, I like this RRC actually for a short here. You could actually buy a put. It has resistance right around this $50 mark. I would give it maybe $1 up to maybe 51, and I would use that as my stop, as a 51 area. But it's kind of got a little head and shoulders here. Had a lot of volume on the sell-off, even though it had volume coming in today trying to buy it, but it's still got around that $50 area as resistance. So there's a short. Show you the watch list real quick. So that's kind of what I was looking at as the watch list Sunday night that I put out there. Also wanted to mention we were talking about the ES S&P 500 futures. We did not take out that 1086 low yet. We still might, or we might retest it. I expect it to retest it. I think we went down to 1000, was it 90 today, 1000, something like that on the futures. So keep that in mind, that still could retest that level. That 1086 is the level to watch on the futures. Let's go over to the InvestSharp website with all the point and figure charts for the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P. Of course, the Dow and the Nasdaq are both on a sell signal as of last week. Here's the price objectives, so we'll continue to watch those. S&P remains on a buy signal. Let's take a quick look at the Nasdaq chart, see what it looks like on the point and figure. So we're all the way back down here. So here's the price objective. Don't know if we'll get there. Like I said, we'll just have to take it day to day. Still, typically when we're this volatile like we were last week, it takes us a little while to get out of that environment, and people are a little bit skittish. So that's it for today. So thanks for joining me, and remember to always invest